Hey, I'm Kev Mr. Welcome back to MotoGP 18, where McDonald put on a masterclass in Australia. Can he do the same round the Sepang International Circuit in Malaysia? So here goes McDonald for the first of three possible qualifying efforts. He shows the best out, its mark is 206.5. As yes, this is one of the longest laps on the calendar as he's behind Locatelli. What is the Italian doing? Just coming out the pits. Yeah, he's just cutting corners as well to block McDonald. Well, this lap is booked. As KTM rider takes to the grass to overtake the Italian. Obviously used those tricks well in Australia, didn't he? So let's see what he can do for the rest of the lap, then maybe pull away from Locatelli as well. There's no doubt KTM will be going to the stewards about the Italian. Absolutely pointless doing that. Especially when you've got McDonald riding like that as well. What the hell is he doing? There's apparently he's a second up for the second sector. I have a hard time believing that, to be honest. So see what you can do into the hairpin slightly wide. You can see very difficult circuit. Malaysia, lots of tight corners, traction. It's a modern circuit designed by Helmut Tilke for F1 less than 20 years ago now. The circuit made its debut on the international scene. The 1999 Malaysian Grand Prix. It's already off the F1 calendar. To be honest, it's probably not the best motorcycle Grand Prix track I did. Look, it's so wide. It's designed for F1 cars, for God's sake. It's so much better with cars, but the bikes still come here to provide some classic races. So it goes a bit wide in the final corner. And it's still got, some very good challenging corners for the motorbikes as well, as he does the fast lap at 205.8. Despite going to the grass, almost losing it in the second sector. What the heck is going on as he's gone a bit wide in the first flip-flop? What is that weeing? As now he's got the Locatelli problem again, just slowing down for the right-hander. As he's lost 8 tenths in that first sector, apparently. That's how much grass can gain you around here on a Moto2 bike. So managing that wheeling out of the corner, especially that first corner, I have no idea why it's such a ridiculous buckaroo there on a bike. But it seems to be this set to McDonald can get away from everyone. As he's the 10th down in his own time, Binder now to the top, 205.5. And the KTM man, McDonald's teammate. South African looked to improve on the Australian race, which didn't really happen for him. After a clash with McDonald, and if rumours are to be believed, the South African and the San Marino rider not really on speaking terms anymore. So there we are, 204.9. So the tensions from early in the season, especially after France, returning between the pair. As again, McDonald just matching his best sector. So this lap a bit of a dud. And you've got to get into the 204s. No doubt he can do that. He must have cost himself like a second with his adventures in his first lap. So no doubt he could repeat what he did in Phillip Island. Let's see if he can get it right on his final qualifying effort then. Just over 2 minutes on the clock. The flag's going to be waving just after McDonald crosses the line. So you could have the option of another lap as well. He screws this one up. Getting a bit wide in the first flip-flop. Bit better in the second. Again, lots of wheeling, though. And apparently 7 tenths down, so the first sector is definitely not McDonald's. Once again, jostling that rear end into the braking zone. Don't really want to be doing that, McDonald, but it does show you how hard he is pushing as well on this bike. So you go through the S's in the middle of that. To the left. And hard on the power through the right. A bit cautious through the right, though. See if that's cost him some time. No, he's up. Told you, that second sector is McDonald's. Let's see if this third sector is as well. He's not been getting this hairpin right. That was better. As we go through the right. Into a very tricky right, bit off camber. So the Evio improves his fuzz up to 204.8. See McDonald's close after. The left-hander into the right. And he's still up. As they go down the back straight, just one corner to go then. It's going to be close between the teammates. Olivia versus McDonald. Should have seen more of this season. But thanks to McDonald's inconsistency, he's not quite. And Olivia is just supreme talent. As he runs towards the line, can McDonald do it? No! 205.6. He's only 10th. So it's Oliveira who grabs pole. The only guy into the 204s ahead of Bagnaia and Baldassarre. Binder leads the fourth ahead of Marquez and Verge. It's Shirota, Passini, Mir. McDonald leads the fourth row. Very disappointing in the end. And Navarro and Ica. And you've got Marini, Corsi, Cortararo on the fifth row. Agata, Fanati and Remy Gardner on the sixth. And Locate, Odendal and Hector Barber. Sam Lowe's down in the eighth row. What are you doing down there? Fights Vinales and Joe Roberts. Paladé, the home hero, in 25th. Oh, lead in the ninth row ahead of Danny Kent and Bo Bent Snyder. Then Manzi, Granada, and the other home hero. And then we've got Dinetto, Italian, and Nakashima at the back. So let's see if McDonald can race his way to the top in the race. Let's see McDonald rev up at the start then. Wait for the lights to go. Out as we get underway in Malaysia. For 6 laps of fun in the sun. As that's another shit start they had to the scrapbook. But he's breaking very deep into the first corner. Trying to get past his teammates, is he? Doesn't work out as Shirota goes down. So there's Oldendal and his NTS. So it goes around the outside of everyone. Past Bassini. Past Fergate. Oh, almost into the back of a number of riders, the front three. But he rejoins in sixth. As Olivia and Binder battle over 8th. So fantastic start for McDonald. Very aggressive, very brave. Well, it works out. He's doing it again round the outside of Passini. Like he's not even there. Down the inside of Mir. While his teammate battles Baldassarre for the lead. Got Bagnaia in third. So superb start for the most recent winner in Moto 2. Right there with the top 3 now. As he nicks down the inside of Bagnaia through the right-hander. Livia holding off Navarro for 9th. Great start from the Spaniard. There's Binder past Mir now for 6th. See McDonald over Bagnaia. Oh, he's not got a good run onto the back straight though. So they're ahead of Vergate. Vidal needs a slipstream of someone on these straights because he does not have the straight line speed of the setup he runs. Another beautiful exit there as well. So he's around a second back at next sight across the line. In fact, he's almost exactly a second back. We've got Passini behind, Olivia, Binder, Vergate, Mir, and Navarro. So it does hold the inside though through the flip-flop. And does stay ahead of Piscini. Let's go for the right hander. 1.1 behind Bagnaia, but this is McDonald's sector. In sector 2. At least it was in qualifying. Shirota trying to battle his way through the field up to 24th. Binder past Piscini for 5th. So help is coming for McDonald. Oh, it looks like Piscini fighting back. Oh, he's tough to pass the Italian. Oh, McDonald's all over Bagnaia. And he gets past the Italian for 3rd. Just got 2 riders in front now. And he gets down the inside of one of them past Baldassarri. It's only Marquez in front now. Don has a little look through the right hander. Not the place to pass though. So to try and keep in that slipstream. And that's a good exit from the penultimate corner. Oh, that Mark VDS bike is very fast in a straight line. And so is the VR46 machine behind. It's right on Marcus's tail. And so is Baldassarri as well, and that Pons machine. To go across the line for the 2nd time. With a 204.5, just holding off Baldassarri. Almost into the back of Marquez though, as Binder and Olivier battle for 5th. Oh, a good exit from the right hander though. Going around there outside of Marquez for the next right. Makes it stick. As he got Navarro ahead of Mir for 9th. Young Spaniards. Batting like a hell. Looks like Mir's trying to win that battle. Shirota just outside the points on his Dynavolt bike in 19th now ahead of Paoli. Home fans will be a bit distraught about that. Socatelli back moves for Italian over 26th. As McDonald leads by a 2nd ahead of Marquez. What a dream race. What a follow-up to Australia. Well, McDonald made thanks to a fantastic start. And they're opening that. And he's just picked off the 3 riders in front of him. I know he's making some silly mistakes. We know how poor he is in this final sector. Coming up, these 2 straights as Shirota ahead of Danny Kent speed up. Got 1.2 ahead of Marcus. Surely that's a good enough gap. Has he gone to the back straight? They're virtually changing positions every corner, Shirota. And now Corsi as well is getting in on the act. As they've got Marini ahead of Ika. Battle of the youngsters. Olivia still winning that battle over Binder just. So it'll cross the line with a 4.1. Fantastic that time. He's heading into the 2nd half of the race. But Donald on it. Like a car bonnet. As it exit the first flip flop. Bit wide for the right hander. But he's just racing away from everyone. 2nd ahead of Marquez. Remy Gardner down in 30 seconds. With the Brazilian batting over the wooden spoon. Oh, poor couple of races for Gardner. Did not do well in his home race. And now here Malaysia batting right at the back. And that's after the likes of Japan. We thought he'd be doing much better, Gardner. So he's just dropping back now. Madonna has a 2.3 second lead over Marquez. Just increasing that cushion. You've got Nakashima ahead of Manzi. Binder and Oliveira, they've got to stop their disagreements if they want to catch up for podium places. Still battling over 5th like a hell. We've got shot ahead of Agata for the final point. .7 seconds the gap between McDonald and Marquez. And looking at the tyre wear as well, around half worn on the front, barely worn on the rear though, around the 5th. So looking. What have you done, McDonald? Looking so comfortable for the win, and then the bike just folds up from under him like a deck of cards. Is he going to the penultimate lap? Trying to dive it down the inside of both of his teammates. In fact, he's got one of them. Not quite. Now through the fast right though, behind Oliveira. Got the slipstream. Not just on him, on Binder as well. Gets ahead of both of them. So that's his teammates dispatch. Now it's just the top 3 again. Take 2 for McDonald. That's all superb exit. Round the outside of Bagnaia. Now he's riding the tail of Baldassarre and Marquez already. Down the inside of Baldassarre. Down the inside of Marquez, not quite. Maybe into the right. No room there. Is it going to the final sets of the penultimate lap? Got like a 5-race struggle for the win here. McDonald taking it from Marquez in the penultimate corner. Is that the corner where he wants to take it though, Has? He's going to be the guy everyone's going to be slipstreaming off, heading towards the final corner, but Marquez is just pushing him wide. Now Baldassarre through as well as he goes to the final lap. Binder battling with Navarro for 8th. And Shirota ahead of those. Got Bagnaia and Oliveira right behind. This trio. So McDonald taking a look down the inside of Marquez. That was clumsy. But it works, does it? I think it does. Marquez not giving barely any room. Ball makes it stick. And now sliding down the inside of Baldassarre. McDonald takes the lead back as we've got Verge up to 5th ahead of Baldassarre. Got Shirota in 13th ahead of those. As McDonald almost loses the rear. With half a lap to go. It's been a fight this race and it's comfortable. With 2 to go for McDonald. This comfortable again now. He's got a 1.1 second gap to Marcus with half a lap to go. But he's still got some heavy braking zones to go, especially that final corner. As Oliveira up to 3rd ahead of Bagnaia. Marquez behind, McDonald in the lead. Not sure who's in 5th now. Is it Baldassarre or Binder? There's McDonald wide. To go into penultimate quarter, 1.2 ahead of Marquez. Nice and smooth exit though onto the back straight. It's the home hero battling for 28th, losing it to Manzi though for 29th. McDonald braking hard. Nice smooth exit, and he's going to make it 2 in a row for the first time in Moto2. And his 3rd victory in the class. Great ride. Aggressive ride as well at times. I'm not sure if he had a helping hand in Baldassarri's and Binder's demises. As once again, McDonald just in a class by himself in the race. 6/10 ahead of Alex Marquez with Olivier in 3rd. Bagnaia 4th. Verge got 5th. They had a Baldassarri and Binder. Mir, Navarro, Shirota recovered to the top 10 in the end. Superb from the German. You've got Ika, Passini, those Quartararo, and Luca Marini grabs the final point. You have the veteran Hector Barbaro on 1.6 seconds. Corsi rounds out the top 20. The home heroes in 25th and 26th in the end. Great job from Charudin as he somehow leapfrogged Paoli, Italian, Remy Gardner, Manzi, and Joe Roberts on that final lap with Nakashima at the back. So in the Riders' Championship, Baldassarri guarantees himself 2nd despite not getting the victory. Alex Marquez virtually guaranteed 3rd. Bagnaia 4th. Binder got a fight in his hands 4th, 5th with Mir. And the fast approaching McDonald up to 7th now ahead of Shirota. And they just have 7 points separating them. And Shirota now 17 points at McDonald. So McDonald virtually guaranteed a top 7 finish, which looked unlike even 2 races go before these victories. Then we've got Vergate just 2 points behind his teammate. Great battle between the Dynavolt riders. Passini on an island in 10th, as he got Navarro ahead of those for 12th. And scoring further back, Kent into the top 13. Dinello not getting the winner's spin anymore. Let's go into the Brazilian on the Suter at the moment. So didn't quite achieve what he needed to in qualifying, but definitely did achieve it in the race once again. McDonald up to level 83 for own position and throttle manage 84 for Raymond and 85 for the Angle, as there may be some developments for the final race in Valencia. As in MotoGP, Marcos one ahead of Dolphy and Rossi. In Moto3, Bezzecchi ahead of Martin and Baschini. So for the final race in Valencia then, what brakes do we upgrade to prevent the lock-in or increase the braking power? It might be prevent the lock-in after what we saw in Malaysia. And you're going to be very heavy on the front end on those brakes as well. So we'll see if Madol's have some tyre issues and if he can grab a top 5 in the championship from his teammate Binder in the season finale in Valencia. So for watching, find out if he does next time.